Sometimes simpler is better. And today I want to give you the easiest optimization that every single Google Ads advertiser should do to save a significant amount of your daily budget. If you don't do what I'm about to show you, you're going to be wasting hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars every single month. The process is so easy. An intern could do this. You could outsource this. But my personal preference is to actually have AI tools like ChatGPT do it for you. My name's Scott Redgate. I'm a digital marketing coach. I'm here to help you save money in your Google Ads campaigns and educate you so that you can manage your own digital marketing campaigns without hiring one of those expensive agencies to do it for you. Hey, if you want to save some more money, make sure to grab my free PPC cost-cutting cheat sheet. You can get it at scottredgate.com/cheat sheet. I'll leave a link in the description below. So when you run a search campaign in Google Ads, there's a connection between the keywords that you input that you're targeting. I've got a whole video on this if you want to know what the difference is between keywords and search terms. But the quick summary of it is keywords is what you tell Google you want to target. And then search terms is what Google actually shows your advertisement for. And so let's say you sell basketball shoes and the keyword that you're targeting is basketball shoes and the search term that Google actually shows you for is basketball sneakers on sale. Now the discrepancy for how different the search terms are from your keywords that you input, a lot of that deals with the match types that you select. So there's broad, phrase, and exact. But the fact of the matter is, if you're running search campaigns, which most businesses, that's the number one campaign that they have in Google Ads, you're going to start receiving a list of search terms, the things that your advertisement actually showed for, and it's really easy to find in Google Ads. Now, full disclosure, when I first started, you could have access to almost 100% of the search terms that your ads showed for. You would go into Google Ads, you would click search terms, and then you would get that full list. But in the name of privacy, Google has started to restrict the number of search terms that they show. And depending on what your business does, you might be close to the 80% range of search terms being reported. You might be closer to 20%. It all depends on the type of business that you are in. But regardless, even if you're at 20% or if you're closer to 80%, the steps that I'm about to share with you are essential to save a significant portion of your Google Ads budget. Okay, so you've launched your campaign, it's been running for a while, and you want to see what you're actually coming up for. When you are in Google Ads, on the left-hand side of the screen, underneath Insights and Reports, there's a Search Terms option. So select that, and this is my dummy account, so it's not going to come up with any search terms. This section right here is where Google would report a percentage of the search terms that you showed up for. And they make it very easy to download this entire list so you can put it into a CSV, a Google Excel sheet, or pop it in right into Google Sheets. And when you do that, it's going to look something like this. Now it's going to have whatever columns you've selected. So there's actually going to be data in there, which shows clicks, impressions, conversions, whatever columns you had set up in Google Ads, that's going to come through to the spreadsheet. And so I have a list of example search terms for a plumber in the town that I previously lived in, Charlottesville, Virginia. Here's a quick tip for you. One of the columns that you could put in Google Ads is keywords. So you could come into the search terms list and see column by column the keyword that you input and the search term that your ad showed up for. Super helpful. But a super powerful optimization that you can make inside of Google Ads is to apply negative keywords. And what negative keywords are is it tells Google that you never want to show up for this search term ever again. And what's great about this is you can actually pluck out root words in these search terms. So for example, this second search term right here, which is affordable plumbing, Charlottesville. Let's say you're one of the higher cost ones in the area, but your quality is unbelievable. And so yes, you could exclude the term affordable plumbing Charlottesville, but you want to exclude any term in the future that contains affordable. And so the super simple, I can't make this any simpler, process is to download your search terms list and start scanning them for those things that do not align with your business. And what you can do is you can come into the search terms list and you can just bold anything that does not align. Let's say you don't offer anything that's after hours. And so you would bold this and you will just start going down the line in bolding or adding a color or however you want to mark it so that you can come back to it and add it as a negative keyword. This process that I'm showing you right now is manual. I do recommend as you get more comfortable to use AI in this process. So I came up with a document called the AI Online Marketing Playbook, which provides different prompts that you can copy and paste into ChatGPT, into Google Gemini, that can save you a lot of time as you're prompting these AI tools. So the one that I came up with for this specific situation, you could go into an AI tool and you could paste in, here's a list of search terms I've been getting clicks on within my Google Ads campaign. My business, and then you would simply describe the business, what your business does, analyze these search terms and suggest any that should be added as negative keywords because they misalign with my conversion goals. And then you would simply paste in your search terms list. And so you can have AI do the heavy lifting for you. Now, once you have that list of search terms that don't align with your business, you can simply add them as a negative keyword. And you can do this at the account level, you can do this at the campaign level, you can do this at the ad group level. But if it's something that you never want to show up for again, my recommendation is to do it at the account level. And so to find your list of account negative keywords, what you're going to do is in this admin section in Google Ads, there's this account settings option. So you're going to select that. And once it loads, you're going to see this negative keywords option right here. And you can simply hit the plus sign to paste in the negative keywords. Now, Google does have a maximum of 1,000 that you can input here. And so you can go in and you can copy the full search term if you want. But again, my preference is to find those root words, because let's say you add in after hours plumber Charlottesville. You could still technically show up for plumber after hours Charlottesville if there's a slightly different variation of the wording. And so what I would do in this instance is I would add in the root words after hours, and then I hit the enter button to go to the next line. Now, let's see this one right here, affordable. Again, I wouldn't paste in that full search term. I'd knock out the root word affordable so that I would never show up for any search term that contained affordable anywhere in it. And so monitoring search terms and adding negative keywords is my number one optimization that I recommend businesses shortly after they launch a Google Ads campaign. And you can even input negative keywords directly into Performance Max, but it also respects the account negatives that you input. In summary, download your search terms list. Do this often, do this weekly. If your spend level is significant, do it daily. Find those root words in the search terms and add them as account negative keywords.